What if I told you that the most successful entrepreneurs in history didn't just have great ideas, but mastered specific habits that separated them from the rest? While many struggle just to keep their businesses afloat, a small group consistently thrives, not by luck, but through daily disciplines rooted in both scripture and modern wisdom. In this video, you're about to discover 40 powerful habits that go beyond motivation. These are life-transforming principles that, when applied with faith and consistency, shape not only your financial future, but who you become as a person and entrepreneur. Let's begin this journey together. Habit 1. Take initiative, but never improvise without wisdom. Starting a business requires drive, yes, but not every type of drive builds something that lasts. Many believe that taking initiative is enough to create a successful business. But initiative without divine direction only leads to burnout and mediocre results. True entrepreneurs who make a difference take informed action. They research before moving. They validate before building. They plan without becoming paralyzed in planning. Biblical initiative combines the urgency to act with the wisdom to act rightly, following time-tested principles that have worked for generations. Habit 2. Be brutally honest with your financial reality. You can't build a solid business on illusions or costly self-deception. Many entrepreneurs avoid looking at their real numbers. They ignore bank accounts and live in fantasies of future income that never arrives because they refuse to confront their present situation. Facing reality, though painful, will save you from catastrophic mistakes. Be absolutely clear on how much you have, how much you spend each month, and what you truly need to sustain your business without risking your family's stability. This brutal honesty isn't pessimism, it's a professionalism. It allows you to make decisions based on facts, not hopes. Habit 3. Learn to sell with elegance, not desperation. It doesn't matter how revolutionary your idea is if you can't communicate its value persuasively. Selling is not just about getting others to buy. It's about conveying your vision with such clarity and confidence that it inspires genuine interest without applying desperate pressure. Successful entrepreneurs master elegant persuasion. They speak with authority about what they offer. They listen more than they talk. They understand what the client truly needs and present solutions from a mindset of abundance, not emotional scarcity. Sales mastery is built through consistent daily practice without losing authenticity. Habit 4. Protect yourself from the infinite content syndrome. In the digital age, it's easy to get lost in an endless maze of courses, podcasts, and tutorials promising to transform your business overnight. Everything seems essential, but wise entrepreneurs learn to filter information and apply what they know instead of endlessly collecting more. The critical habit is not learning more, but executing better. Passive content consumption is not real progress. Without practical execution, all that knowledge becomes disguised entertainment, keeping you busy but not productive. Habit 5. Intentionally step into discomfort. Entrepreneurs who build lasting empires don't avoid hard situations. They seek them out before they turn into full-blown crises. They develop the habit of proactive discomfort, making the tough calls others delay, facing the numbers no one wants to look at, having the direct conversations others avoid. This quiet discipline of choosing discomfort puts you in control. While others wait until things explode, you're already solving problems at the root because you trained yourself with small daily acts of courage. Habit 6. Build momentum without relying on emotional highs. There will be days when you feel no motivation, when everything seems like an uphill battle. If your business depends on being emotionally inspired, you won't last long. Successful entrepreneurs train for consistency, not emotion. Not because they're robots, but because they know their emotions fluctuate. They follow clear, non-negotiable routines. They have specific daily goals and automated systems that keep them grounded when inspiration fades. You don't need to feel inspired every day to move forward. You need the discipline to act, especially when you don't feel like it. Habit 7. Treat your digital environment like your physical health. Your environment isn't just your office, it's also your social media, subscriptions, group chats, everything you consume daily. If your mind is constantly bombarded with mental noise, toxic gossip and comparisons, you're sabotaging yourself without realizing it. The key is to curate your digital environment with intention. What kind of content are you consuming? Who do you follow? What conversations fuel your vision and which ones drain your energy? A well-managed digital space inspires you. A messy one confuses you and fragments your focus. Habit 8. Take strategic pauses without guilt. Rest isn't laziness, it's leadership. Learn to pause intentionally, not out of apathy, but to breathe, reflect, analyze, and reset. In a world that glorifies constant productivity, the smart entrepreneur knows that strategic rest is part of growth. Knowing exactly when to slow down helps you return with clarity, spot costly mistakes before they escalate, and make cool-headed decisions. You don't need to be busy and stressed all the time to be successful. That's a toxic lie. Habit 9. Share your work before it's perfect. Perfectionism kills momentum. Many entrepreneurs spend years trying to perfect a product before releasing it, when the market itself is the best testing lab. True entrepreneurs share early. They show prototypes, ideas, content, even when it's not flawless. That doesn't mean being careless, it means being brave. Early feedback is more valuable than 6 months of isolated adjustments. You learn faster, refine better, and grow more. Sharing before you're fully ready trains you to handle criticism and evolve quickly. Habit 10. Bet on the long term in a world obsessed with the immediate. While the world chases fast success, build with long-term vision and strategic patience. The rarest and most valuable habit today is intelligent persistence, not sticking blindly to failed strategies, but enduring beyond the initial setbacks, criticism, and slow early months. Those who build lasting legacies don't quit because the first quarter was hard. They go deeper instead of switching paths every week. They adjust their tactics but remain faithful to their vision. Long-term thinking is not an excuse to delay action. It's a mindset to resist quitting when others do. Habit 11. Design your daily routine as your most valuable asset. Entrepreneurs who make a real difference never improvise their days or let their schedule be ruled by outside interruptions and distractions. They know intuitively that every hour counts as a strategic investment in their future or as a lost opportunity. It's not about filling your day with meaningless activity, it's about intentionally structuring your time with a clear purpose and specific direction. This essential habit is about seeing your daily routine as part of your business strategy, not just a to-do list. Look honestly at how your days start. What specific activities do you engage in during your first 2 most productive hours? What do you spend your best mental energy on? Designing your routine as an asset means that everything you do, including your planned rest, serves a specific function in your growth. Habit 12. Always be the first to take full responsibility. Present os planche tuid, holbinspotpilit. When something goes wrong in your business or life, what's your first instinct? Do you immediately look for someone to blame? The transformative habit of taking full responsibility, even when not everything is your fault, completely changes your leadership and personal growth. Many young entrepreneurs shield themselves by blaming the algorithm, the economy, the unresponsive client, or circumstances beyond their control. But those who grow exponentially look inward first, with brutal honesty. What could I have done better? What signs did I ignore? How can I prevent this in the future? This habit isn't about self-punishment, it's mature ownership. It puts you back in control. When you take full responsibility, you reclaim your personal power. You stop being a victim and become a proactive problem solver. Habit 13. Learn to negotiate from your value, not your need. Negotiation is not just about money, it's also about how you communicate professionally, set boundaries, and create win-win agreements. Many entrepreneurs, especially in the early stages, feel they have to accept any opportunity that comes along because they desperately need the income. But those who build lasting impact cultivate the habit of negotiating from their intrinsic value, not from emotional or financial need. This requires mental preparation, emotional intelligence, and a deep understanding of what you truly bring to the table. A successful negotiation doesn't aim to make one party win at the other's expense. It seeks the strategic sweet spot where both can grow together. You achieve this by knowing what only you offer, what you really need to make it sustainable, and how far you're willing to go without compromising your integrity. Habit 14. Normalize rejection as part of growth. You're not a business failure if someone says no to your proposal. You're simply a beginner, learning how the game works. The habit here is to fully normalize rejection without letting it stop your progress or damage your self-esteem. Many give up on promising projects after just 3 rejections, but long-term entrepreneurs understand that rejection is a vital part of refinement. They turn it into useful data, not drama. They learn from rejection, refine their message, improve their offer, adjust their approach. The more rejections you can tolerate with emotional intelligence and grace, the more real opportunities you unlock. This habit strengthens your emotional resilience and sharpens your commercial instincts, because the market owes you nothing and a bruised ego doesn't build lasting businesses. Habit 15, systematically reduce your external dependencies. The more you depend on a single supplier, a single social media platform for marketing, one major client or one income source, the more fragile and exposed your business is to sudden changes. Strategic entrepreneurs proactively develop the habit of diversifying intelligently before it becomes urgent. They don't fall in love with one sales channel. They don't put all their eggs in one financial basket. This habit doesn't come from paranoia. It's smart survival strategy. By deliberately reducing your dependence on external factors beyond your control, you gain more freedom to make bold decisions and explore new opportunities. Many promising businesses collapse overnight for failing to foresee this vulnerability. They lose their biggest client and everything falls apart. Those who thrive are always creating viable alternatives, testing new paths, and minimizing concentrated risk. Habit 16, communicate more than you think necessary. One of the most common mistakes among entrepreneurs is assuming people understand exactly what you mean, but no one can read your mind, especially in a fast-paced world full of distractions. The habit of over-communicating with crystal clarity and consistent frequency prevents costly misunderstandings, aligns your team, and strengthens your brand. If you have collaborators, explain not just what needs to be done, but why it matters. If you have a social media audience, remember they need to hear your core message several times before truly connecting and taking action. This habit also boosts your leadership. Good communication isn't talking excessively, it's speaking with clear intent and specific purpose. In meetings, in posts, in messages, everything you say sends a signal about who you are, and those who consistently communicate well inevitably lead better. Habit 17, guard your mental energy like a precious resource. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Many young entrepreneurs fall into the trap of overcommitment. They want to do everything, say yes to everything, and be available 24/7. But those who build sustainable growth fiercely protect their mental energy as their most valuable asset. They recognize which tasks drain them, which conversations exhaust them, and when their mind operates at peak performance. Your mental energy is not infinite. If you misuse it, the price is high. Lower creativity, poor decisions, more costly mistakes. This habit means learning to say no to good opportunities that aren't the best. It means delegating and designing your day with laser focus. Habit 18, document meticulously, even if no one's watching. The habit of documenting important processes, key decisions, and valuable lessons may seem unnecessary when you're starting out, but it becomes critical as your business grows. This doesn't mean writing long, boring reports. It means recording what works, what doesn't, and how to avoid repeating past mistakes. Entrepreneurs who document can delegate more effectively, optimize faster, and build institutional memory that outlasts their personal involvement. Those who always improvise waste time solving the same problems again and again. Documenting also forces you to think clearly, because writing it out requires true understanding. This habit turns your personal experience into repeatable systems others can follow. Habit 19, accept that real growth comes with discomfort. There's a widespread myth in entrepreneurship that once you find your true passion, everything will flow easily. But the truth is, all real growth involves discomfort, inner conflict, and emotional resistance. The key habit here is to stop chasing constant comfort as proof you're on the right path. In fact, if you feel too comfortable, it might mean you've stopped growing. Entrepreneurs who build lasting empires have learned to tolerate and even embrace discomfort as a necessary part of evolution. They understand that improving means questioning themselves, making painful mistakes, and starting again with more wisdom. They don't run from discomfort. They know that in that creative tension lies the value that sets them apart. Habit 20, cultivate conversations that elevate you, not distract you. Who are you talking to each week? What topics consistently dominate your most important conversations? The habit of intentionally seeking out conversations that offer mental clarity, expanded vision, or strategic insight separates average entrepreneurs from exceptional ones. Not every conversation has to be deep, but you must create space for meaningful dialogue. Find people who challenge you intellectually, inspire you with their actions, and tell you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear. This habit feeds you with fresh perspectives, saves you from costly mistakes others have made, and exposes you to new ways of thinking. Most importantly, it reminds you that entrepreneurship isn't a lonely path unless you choose to carry the emotional weight alone. Habit 21. Build a solid reputation before chasing immediate income. In a world obsessed with fast financial results, the entrepreneurs who truly make a difference understand one uncomfortable but powerful truth. Before you can consistently earn money, you must consistently earn trust. The key habit here is building a solid and coherent reputation, even when you're not yet making the income you aspire to. This doesn't mean giving away your work for free or undervaluing your services. It means creating a visible and consistent footprint of your real value in the market. Look critically at the type of content you post, how you speak in public events, how you handle problems with your first clients, because every action builds your professional image. Reputation isn't something you fake through marketing, it's something you build day by day with small but consistent actions that reflect integrity. Those who invest in reputation build an invisible but powerful asset that eventually transforms into sustainable income. People need to believe in you first, then they'll pay you. Habit 22. Stay focused when the outside noise gets loud. The moment your business starts showing early signs of life and growth, noise will appear. Contradictory advice, tempting collaborations, brilliant new ideas that feel urgent and exciting. The critical habit is staying focused, especially when it would be easy to lose it. Not everything that shines is real gold. Not everything that feels urgent is important. Entrepreneurs who grow consistently develop the ability to say no without guilt to opportunities that seem attractive but don't align with their core vision. They choose intentionally what to focus on and what to ignore completely, even if that choice is unpopular or misunderstood. Unshakable focus isn't mental rigidity, it's strategic clarity, because your energy is limited. Spread it too thin, and none of your ideas will thrive. Habit 23. Become a recognized expert in a micro-niche. Forget about trying to please everyone. Today's standout entrepreneurs aren't always the biggest, but they are the most specific and relevant in their chosen niche. The key habit is to consciously choose a micro-niche where you can be seen as a genuine expert, a valuable resource, or an authentic inspiration. You don't need to be famous. You need to be remembered for something unique and valuable. Maybe it's a skill you master, a unique viewpoint, or a way of solving problems that no one else offers. Focusing on a niche gives you faster growth, clearer messaging, and a more loyal audience. Later you can expand, but first, dominate a small space completely. The market is saturated with generalists. What's rare now is genuine specialization, paired with authentic personality. That's a habit built through depth, not distraction. Habit 24. Pay attention to what's not being said. Not all critical data shows up in charts. Not every golden opportunity is clearly labeled. The habit of reading between the lines, of spotting patterns, silent frustrations, or what your competition is avoiding, gives you a powerful strategic edge. This habit isn't mystical, it's refined observation and intentional listening. What questions do your potential clients keep asking? What important issues does your competition ignore? What real frustrations do people have with current solutions? That's where the best ideas often live, hidden in silence. Entrepreneurs who develop this habit don't just react to what's obvious, they anticipate trends and design smart solutions to problems others haven't even noticed yet. It's a trained business intelligence built by being present, asking bold questions, and observing with purpose. Habit 25. Stay personally consistent when no one is watching. It's easy to look responsible when someone's watching, but real strength lies in consistency when no one's supervising you. This invisible yet critical habit shows up in honoring your own schedule, completing what you start, and maintaining professionalism even when your client isn't watching. Unseen consistency shapes your business character. It builds internal discipline that no external rule can replace. It's not about being perfect, it's about having personal integrity that fuels your confidence. Entrepreneurs who take themselves seriously don't need constant supervision. They set high standards from within. That quiet discipline attracts trustworthy people and builds solid self-respect based on action, not empty talk. If you can't trust yourself to follow through, why should anyone else trust you with what matters to them? Habit 26. Speak your client's language, not just your technical one. Many entrepreneurs fall so in love with their own brilliant ideas that they forget to adapt them to the language their clients actually understand. This habit is about consistently communicating in terms your audience values, not with complicated jargon or empty promises. Listen carefully to how your ideal clients describe their real problems. What specific words do they use when making important decisions? Then consciously use that same language to explain what you do and how it benefits them. This transforms your technical message into emotional connection. When people feel truly understood, resistance disappears and trust naturally follows. Business communication isn't about sounding smart. It's about serving with clarity that leads to results. Habit 27. Evolve strategically without losing your authentic identity. The market constantly changes. Your ideas evolve with experience. Your strategies shift with results. But through it all, you need to hold on to something essential, your core identity. This habit is about growing and adapting without losing yourself in the process. What values will you never compromise on? What personal style defines you? What inner principles hold you steady when things get tough? Some entrepreneurs adapt so much that they end up unrecognizable, even to themselves. But those who build long-term success maintain a clear and non-negotiable backbone. They evolve intelligently, but never desperately, just to fit in. This strong yet flexible identity builds external loyalty, because in a world full of change, people crave something real. Habit 28. Quickly recognize what's no longer working. Clinging stubbornly to failing strategies or outdated ideas is a slow but certain way to sink. The critical habit is spotting, without drama, when something no longer works. This doesn't mean giving up easily at the first problem. It means seeing with sharp awareness when a method has lost effectiveness, evaluate results without personal attachment, adjust tactics without fear. Entrepreneurs with true growth mindset don't marry their first idea. They stay loyal to the purpose, not the format. When something's expired, they change it fast. Because blindly insisting on what no longer serves isn't noble. It's destructive. Habit 29. Create a clear system for quick decision-making. Making important decisions every day without structure drains your mind and slows you down. This habit is about developing objective filters and tested frameworks that help you decide faster with less emotional pressure. For example, if an opportunity doesn't move you closer to your 6-month goal, discard it. If a potential partnership lacks clear mutual benefit, pass on it. Not everything needs to be reanalyzed from scratch. Entrepreneurs who systematize decision-making have more mental energy and faster execution. This habit shields you from burnout and costly mistakes, because while emotions shift constantly, a good system keeps you focused on what truly matters. Habit 30. Surround yourself intentionally with high-standard people. You can develop excellent habits on your own, but if your immediate environment is full of mediocrity, negativity, or low standards, it will affect you. The foundational habit here is consciously choosing who surrounds you professionally, mentors who challenge you, peers who inspire you, collaborators who demand excellence, even clients who respect quality. Strategically position yourself among people who hold themselves to high standards. Their presence challenges you, sharpens you, and gives you honest feedback. Being around those who genuinely strive for more isn't toxic pressure, it's fuel for growth. The quality of your closest relationships directly shapes your most important decisions, and that environment doesn't happen by chance. It's cultivated, chosen, and protected. This habit changes your growth trajectory dramatically, because solitude can help you focus, but the right people elevate you much faster. Habit 31. Question even your past successes. Many entrepreneurs freeze when they fail, but others fall asleep when they succeed. The key habit here is not to distrust yourself, but to avoid getting stuck in your last win. Questioning your past achievements keeps you evolving. Will what worked before still work tomorrow? Could it have been done even better? Am I truly growing or just repeating what I already know how to do? Entrepreneurs who build lasting impact don't cling to old formulas just because they once worked. They constantly ask whether this is still the best path forward given current circumstances. This habit protects you from the comfort zone because success, if not examined, can become a golden cage. To question your wins is a deep form of respect for your untapped potential. Habit 32. Learn from inspiring models, not from idolizing gurus. It's very common to see entrepreneurs desperately trying to imitate their idols, copying quotes, surface-level styles, or strategies out of context. The intelligent habit is learning from inspiring models without blindly idolizing unreachable gurus. A useful model inspires you because it shows a replicable process, not just a pose. It's not about copying what they did, it's about studying how they did it and adapting it to your unique identity and situation. Idols make you feel inferior for not being like them. Models show you what's possible for you. This habit keeps you focused on your personal growth path, with useful references but without destructive comparisons. Your story doesn't need to be a cheap copy of someone else's. It needs to be a conscious and authentic evolution of your own unique potential. Habit 33. Interpret numbers without fear or resistance. Many entrepreneurs feel naturally creative but develop an irrational resistance to numbers as if they were the enemy of creativity. The transformative habit here is integrating financial data as a natural part of your business story. Numbers aren't cold or distant, they're valuable information about you, your clients, and your real market impact. Learning to read and interpret your real income, conversion rates, operational costs, and profit margins doesn't kill creativity. It gives you control. You can't make clear decisions based only on intuition or hope. Entrepreneurs who make a difference use numbers as a reliable compass, not as punishment or fear. This habit is trained gradually. Start by understanding the basics, then learn to use numbers to anticipate trends and optimize results. Financial control based on data isn't a luxury. It's survival with strategic vision. Habit 34. Genuinely enjoy what you do without becoming a slave to it. Do what you love is a phrase repeated endlessly, but the real habit is to love what you do deeply without letting it consume your entire life. Enjoying the process of building is essential, but so is setting healthy limits to protect your overall well-being. Your business should not devour you. True passion doesn't justify endless hours that ruin your health, constant stress that damages your relationships, or sacrifices that steal from other key areas of life. Healthy entrepreneurs enjoy their work, but they also rest, delegate, and disconnect when needed. This habit sustains creativity and long-term productivity while protecting your mental health. If your business only works when you're exhausted, it's not a business, it's a broken load that will eventually crush you. Habit 35. Eliminate complaining as a mental escape. Complaining might feel like emotional relief, but when it becomes a habit, it becomes a silent way of giving up responsibility. The key habit here is replacing complaints with constructive analysis and specific action. It doesn't mean you can't feel frustrated. It means that frustration must immediately turn into a productive question. What can I do about this right now? Entrepreneurs who grow don't live in complaints. They live in solutions. Each time you repeat a complaint without action, you reinforce a subconscious sense of helplessness. Each time you face a problem with creativity and courage, you strengthen your belief in your ability to solve it. This habit trains your brain to seek solutions automatically, even when things are uncertain, because your mental energy is too valuable to waste on what you can't control. Habit 36. Design memorable experiences, not just functional products. Selling a product or service is no longer enough. What creates lasting loyalty is the overall experience you deliver. This habit is about consciously designing every customer touchpoint as part of a cohesive, memorable journey. From the first message to the final delivery, from your social tone to after-sale care, every moment matters. Entrepreneurs who get this don't just offer stuff, they offer transformation. People don't buy only what you do, they buy how you make them feel. This habit requires attention to detail, genuine empathy, strategic creativity, and business clarity. Understand how your brand is perceived at every touchpoint. Products can be copied easily. Authentic experiences cannot. Those who design unforgettable experiences always have a lasting competitive edge. Habit 37. Maintain healthy discomfort with mediocrity. Mediocrity often wears the mask of good enough, or why make it harder? Entrepreneurs who build lasting impact develop a natural discomfort with mediocrity. They never settle for the bare minimum, especially when they know they can do better. This isn't about paralyzing perfectionism, it's about constructive dissatisfaction that drives constant improvement. It's looking at your final product and asking, can I raise this a bit more? It's checking your customer service and asking, does this truly solve the issue, or just respond to it superficially? Excellence isn't a result you reach once, it's an attitude you nurture daily, and that attitude feeds on discomfort that pushes you even when no one else demands it. Habit 38. Consciously renew your purpose over time. The purpose that started your business may not be the same one you need now to sustain its growth. Entrepreneurs with long-term vision renew their purpose periodically because growth means redefining. This habit involves asking yourself honestly, why am I doing this still? Does it still feel meaningful? Does it still excite me? Or has it become mechanical? Losing emotional connection with your purpose turns passion into dead weight. But when you adjust it consciously, reconnect it to your values, and reframe it for your current reality, you regain energy and direction. This isn't about changing direction every time things get hard. It's about making sure your inner compass still points to a future worth building. Habit 39. Accept that not everyone will understand your vision. A part of every entrepreneurial journey is being misunderstood by family, friends, the market, even your own team. The key habit here is releasing the need for universal approval to feel validated. Not everyone will clap for your vision, and that's not only okay, it's expected. Entrepreneurs who keep going understand that their vision doesn't need to be validated by everyone to have real value. This habit protects you from the discouragement that comes from chasing acceptance where it won't be found. If you're doing something truly new, different, or uncomfortable to the status quo, expect resistance. This isn't about arrogance or ignoring useful feedback. It's about emotional grounding, even when others doubt your potential. In the end, real results speak louder than the early opinions of people who didn't understand you. Habit 40. Be authentically yourself, even when you're afraid. Fear doesn't vanish with experience, it's overcome through repeated courage. The moments when you're most insecure are the moments when authenticity matters most. The final and most powerful habit is this: don't fake confidence, move forward with authenticity, even when you're trembling inside. Being your true self doesn't mean oversharing or being unfiltered. It means not betraying your essence just to fit in or please others. The entrepreneurs who leave a legacy are those who, even while afraid, stay aligned with who they are. True courage is not the absence of fear, it's conscious action in the middle of fear. That choice, made over and over again, becomes a presence that naturally inspires others to do the same. These 40 habits offer a completely different way to view entrepreneurship, not as a desperate race for success, but as a process of personal transformation that's reflected in your decisions, your message, and your impact. You don't need to master them all at once, just begin with the ones that speak to your current reality. Because building a business isn't just about creating something out there, it's about becoming someone in here, someone with clarity, wisdom, and unshakable courage. If one of these habits challenged or inspired you, let us know in the comments. At Messiah Speaks, we'd love to hear what you're building and who you're becoming along the way.